Hello, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today, we're going to be diving into a topic that's really incredibly important for anyone feeling the weight of burnout, and that is the power of mindfulness and relaxation. These are often overlooked as simple practices, but they are, in fact, secret weapons against burnout. For those of you who don't know me, I'm 𝗺𝗵𝗿𝗄, and I'm a self-care strategist for female entrepreneurs. I help women like you transform daily stress and constant overwhelm into clarity and calm while creating space for personal fulfillment, both personally and professionally. So today we're going to explore three things. One, why this is important. I'm going to help you to understand why mindfulness and relaxation are not just nice to haves, but actually essential tools to maintain balance and prevent burnout. We're going to talk about the benefits and look at tangible benefits of incorporating practices into your daily routine, from improved focus and reduced stress to better overall well-being. And then we're going to talk about mindfulness and relaxation techniques, and I'll share some practical, easy to implement mindfulness techniques and relaxation tools that you can start using right away to help you calm your mind, relax your body, and keep burnout at bay. My hope is that you'll feel more equipped to take control of your mental and emotional well-being. And of course, I'll leave you with some reflective questions to help you take a deeper dive into understanding your own needs and how you can integrate these practices into your life. So let's get started, shall we? First, let's talk about the why. Why is this so important? Well, first of all, the reason why I feel mindfulness and relaxation is so important is because they're more than just trendy concepts. They're actually essential for maintaining your mental and your physical health, especially in this fast-paced, high-demand world that we find ourselves in and the lifestyles that we are living. And when we neglect the need to pause, to breathe and center ourselves, essentially what we're doing is we're allowing our stress to accumulate, and that can quickly lead to burnout. Here's the thing. Emotional and physical exhaustion doesn't happen overnight. Trust me, I know this from personal experience. It builds slowly over time, often without us even noticing. It's what I call like a silent creeper. The problem often arises when people don't recognize the importance of self-care and they don't incorporate practices that are meant to support them emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually. When we're busy, which seems to be most of the time for most of us, you might find yourself pushing yourself harder, ignoring the warning signs of your stress, and thereby finding yourself falling into a cycle of chronic fatigue, anxiety, and burnout. Now, if you watched my video from last week, I talked about your inner canary, that singing bird, if you will, that's that voice inside your head. That's your warning sign when things are off. So it's like that story. And we've all heard the story about miners who would take canary into the mines with them. And when the bird would stop singing, that was their cue that there was something wrong with the air quality. It was time to get out. Like something was wrong, time to get out. And so it's that inner voice in our own minds that we have. I like to call it that secret, that word that has that word inside of our head, or that voice inside of our head, I should say, that speaks those words to us saying, something's wrong, danger, danger, danger. Not the one that's perceived danger, but the actual one that's saying, look, something for you to take a look at, you need to pay attention. If you ignore this, possibly you might find those moments where all of a sudden you have that stop sign that comes up immediately in front of your face and says, stop. Everything must stop now, because what's happened is you found yourself in a full-on burnout phase. And so that's why I'm trying to help you to avoid that by bringing you things each week to help you to build that muscle, that self-awareness muscle, so that you take better care of yourself. So with that understanding for the need for without the understanding with the need for mindfulness and relaxation to support you, what you do is you risk feeling overwhelmed, you risk feeling disconnected from your purpose, and possibly even being unable to focus or function at your best. The absence of self-care practices like mindfulness and relaxation can really create that downward spiral impacting everything from your job performance to your personal relationships and your overall quality of life. I believe self-care should be a non-negotiable, one of the first things that you put on your calendar, if not the first thing, because when you prioritize yourself, that means you put things on the calendar to take care of you. You are prioritizing yourself just like you would any important meeting, appointment, any of that. You are saying that you are a very important person in your life, that you are important enough to prioritize and to actually put things in place that support you. So when you understand that incorporating self-care as a daily non-negotiable is meant to really help you in all areas of your life, you're going to start seeing the things that you put in your life, the self-care things, as necessary components of your day-to-day, of your well-being. And they're not luxuries. And certainly it's not selfish. You know, again, I've heard many people say that they felt that it's selfish. A lot of the things I've heard this said mostly from women who are moms, who are maybe caregivers to other people, and they feel that self-care is selfish because that means it's taking away their time and focus from the people that need them and putting it on themselves, and they don't feel comfortable doing that. But again, I feel that if you to put self-care on your calendar first, you take care of you the best that you can first, you're going to show up as that person, that version of you that can serve from a full cup, and that can serve and be there for all people, for all the people that you support, for all the people in your life, for all the things that you do, from this better version of yourself, because you're whole, you feel really good. So let's talk benefits, okay? Because this is important to talk about the benefits of incorporating practices like mindfulness and relaxation into your daily routine, because what that does, it helps you to maintain your balance, to reduce your stress, and build that resilience against the pressures that we all face. So when we engage in mindfulness, as an example, we are allowing ourselves to focus on the present moment, which in turn can help quiet the mental chatter that often leads to feelings of anxiety and overwhelm. And this shift in focus then will reduce the body's stress response, leading to lower cortisol levels, improved mood, and a greater sense of calm. And that's what mindfulness is all about. Now, the benefits of these practices really extend beyond just feeling good in the moment, because I think a lot of people think, oh, it's only going to make me feel good for like 5 seconds. But they actually really do contribute to improved emotional regulation, better focus, enhanced decision-making abilities. You start trusting your decisions more. You're not in that mindset of, you know, because you're overwhelmed, exhausted, stressed to the max, and not trusting yourself. But instead, you are more focused, you're more calm, you have more energy because you've taken care of you, and you start to trust your decisions that you're making. So when you practice, things like the mindfulness and relaxation techniques consistently, that's going to help strengthen your ability to navigate your challenges with clarity and calm, and protecting your mental and physical well-being over the long term. Because this is what you want to do: is you want to build that resilience muscle, that care muscle of yourself over the long term. It's a lifestyle choice. This is not a one and done. So when you hear people talk about self-care, they're not saying, oh, take this program or implement this for a short period of time. This becomes a lifelong practice because it's meant for your lifelong wellness. The thing is, when people dismiss the benefits, because there's a lot of people who will dismiss benefits of mindfulness and relaxation techniques because they unknowingly what they're doing is they're unknowingly allowing their stress and then burnout to build up over time, because they are not looking at the benefits of, as an example, taking that time, 5 minutes to get one with your breath, to close your eyes and to do a deep breathing, a breath work exercise. They're not looking at that long-term benefit. They're looking at that as being a disruptor, disrupting their day. I have to take 5 minutes now. They look at it that way, instead of like saying, I get to take 5 minutes now to do some breathing, whether it's box breathing, whether it's just getting grounded and more aware of your breath in the present moment, to allow yourself to relax and calm your nervous system, and then be able to get back to what you were doing with more clarity, calm, focus. You feel more energized. But again, when you're dismissing those benefits, you may unknowingly be allowing your stress and your burnout to build up over time because you're ignoring that. You're ignoring the signs that you need. Your body needs this. Also, when you ignore practices like this, that can also lead to increased anxiety, constant overwhelm, physical symptoms like headaches, fatigue, muscle tension. And I believe without these tools in place, it can be really easy for us to get caught up in a cycle of chronic stress that wears down your resilience. It diminishes your capacity to handle life's challenges. And ultimately, it affects your overall quality of life. I truly believe this. So I hope this is landing, because I truly want you to live a balanced and beautiful life. This is why I do what I do, why I'm coming live to you every week and posting about this every week, because I truly care. I want people to start living more joy, with more joy in their life, with more balance, to feel like they have more energy, they're not burning out. I do not want the burnout story to become another statistic in our even in our families, where, oh, so-and-so is going through a burnout phase, and that just becomes a story, or just a way of life, a fact of life. I want it to be where it's a conversation where we start talking about it together, and we really start to support each other and really start treating ourselves better. But again, it does start with you first becoming self-aware of how you treat yourself. Because again, no one else can tell you what to do. As myself, as a guide, I can only give you the tools, but you have to be willing to pick them up and use them. And so that's the important part of this, right? Is actually taking action. It's learning, and then what are you doing with what you're learning? You're taking action, and how is that action as you're applying it? How is that impacting your life? Again, when you neglect the benefits of how self-care really can help you, practices like, again, mindfulness and relaxation, you might find yourself feeling more irritable. You might be less focused, unable to enjoy present moment, to enjoy life in general. And again, this dismissal not only risks your immediate well-being, but it also undermines your long-term health, leaving you vulnerable to burnout and emotional exhaustion. It really can have like those long-term effects. So I really want you to really pay attention and to like what your signs are, because again, getting back to the canary, we all have that inner voice, or that inner songbird. When it stops singing, like, something's off. As I've told my story, if you watch the video about my story, what I learned about burnout, I knew something was off. That was my inner canary. It stopped singing. It was telling me something's wrong, something's wrong, something's wrong. I couldn't figure it out for the longest time. But when I did, I realized one of the things that I had to do was take back my time. And I truly believe by taking back my time, that changed my life, but it also saved my life. Now I want to move into some mindfulness and relaxation techniques. I am trying to keep this as short as possible, so I'm doing my best here. Okay, so mindfulness, things like deep breathing or meditation, this can enhance your ability to concentrate, stay focused, allowing you to work more efficiently, make clearer decisions, trust your decisions. Can also help you become more aware of your thoughts and your emotions, giving you the tools to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively in stressful situations. It can also, over time, it can improve your emotional regulation and increase overall emotional resilience. Another powerful technique from 𝗺cie𝗰𝘂𝘀, who's author of Positive Intelligence. I've talked about him before. He has practices of tactile mindfulness. One of these practices involves closing your eyes, listening to the sounds around you. You start with either the furthest or the closest, whichever you decide to do. But you as an example, you start with the closest sound, and then you gradually extend your awareness to the furthest sounds that you can hear. And what this does, it helps you become fully present, right? You're present in the moment, paying attention to what's happening in the now, and you're sharpening your sensory awareness, and you're grounding yourself in the moment. It also encourages a shift from overthinking or worrying to a more centered, calm state, which enhances your mental clarity and reduces stress. So relaxation techniques as well, like guided visualizations, even short mindful walks, can help alleviate physical symptoms of stress, like muscle tension and headaches. It can help promote better sleep, reduce feelings of fatigue, increase your overall energy levels, making it easier to handle day-to-day challenges. A friend of mine who has a beautiful home in Florida, she has a garden, and one of the things that she does is she goes out into her garden and she'll take her tea or her coffee. I can't remember what she said, but you take your tea or your coffee, you go outside into nature. You're just basically changing the location. So maybe you're inside, you go outside. And what you do is you just pay attention to the sights and sounds around you, relaxing into the moment. Again, this is mindfulness and relaxation going together. So you're mindful of what's going on around you, like the sounds of the birds. Maybe you see butterflies, and maybe you see birds, and maybe you see squirrels, maybe you see a whole bunch of things, paying attention to what's around you, bringing yourself to the present moment, but it also is relaxing. And essentially, basically, when you're taking time to be mindful and you're learning to find ways to relax, it's about stepping. It's really not about stepping away from responsibility. So it's not like you're saying, oh, I'm like avoiding something. It's really just about ensuring that you have the strength and the clarity to meet your responsibilities head on without compromising your health and your happiness. So being in that better, more positive state of mind. One more, again, relaxation technique that I talked about just a few minutes ago, which is breath work. It's a powerful tool because it helps manage stress and promote relaxation. It involves consciously controlling your breath patterns to influence your mental, emotional, and physical state. And one of the primary benefits of breath work is the ability to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for rest and digestion. This activation helps reduce cortisol levels, lower blood pressure, and decrease heart rate, creating that calming effect on your body. It can also enhance focus and mental clarity because it increases that oxygen flow to the brain, helping to reduce feelings of anxiety, tension, and overwhelm. It's not just about relaxation, okay? It's also a strategy. Breathwork is a strategy for building emotional resilience. And when you practice it regularly, it can help you become more aware of your stress triggers and improve your ability to respond to them calmly. The act of focusing on your breath creates a mindful moment that pulls you away from negative thought patterns, helping to break the cycle of stress and burnout. And over time, these benefits accumulate, leading to improved emotional regulation, greater patience, and a stronger sense of inner peace. So again, one simple strategy around breath work really quickly is box breathing, also known as square breathing. So it involves like inhaling deeply through the nose for a count of 4. You hold at the top of your breath for another count of 4, and then you exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 4, and then hold again at the bottom for 4 counts before you're repeating the cycle. And then what this does, it not only calms the mind, but it slows down the heart rate, promotes a state of relaxation and mental clarity. Another effective method is diaphragmatic breathing, which is belly breathing. So you sit comfortably, sit comfortably, or you lie down with one hand on your chest and the other on your abdomen. And what you do is you inhale deeply through your nose, allowing your abdomen to expand as you draw in your breath, and then you exhale slowly through your mouth. And what you're doing is you're focusing on the rise and fall of your abdomen rather than your chest. This encourages full oxygen exchange, reduces tension, and can help alleviate stress and anxiety. So both of these strategies are easy to incorporate into your daily routine, and they offer immediate benefits with just a few minutes of practice. So today, I'm just going to leave you actually with one reflective as I thought about it. I'm just going to leave you with one reflective question to get you thinking about how self-care strategies like mindfulness, relaxation can really help with combating stress and can be a secret weapon against burnout. So here's the question, and of course, I'm going to make sure to put it into the comments after the video, but here's the question. What impact do you think taking mindful moments has on managing stress in a demanding role? So here's the question again. What impact do you think taking mindful moments has on managing stress in a demanding role? Secondly, I encourage you to start incorporating a daily mindfulness or relaxation practice, even if it's just for a few minutes every day. Even if it's just for a minute, you start in the morning and you do some box breathing for a minute. Set the timer on your phone and do it for a minute. This small step can really make a big difference in how you feel and how you handle your stressors. I'd also love to hear from you. So please share your favorite relaxation or mindfulness technique in the comments, and let's inspire each other with new ideas, because, I always believe when you keep an open mind, when you're open to new opportunities, new ideas, you allow yourself to have the potential to change your life. So I truly want to hear from you. So please put your comments in there. I'd love to. I'm always I'm always about learning. I believe learning is growing. So if there's something that you do that I haven't mentioned and it's something maybe that I haven't tried, I'm always open to that. Remember, self-care isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. By being open to exploring new practices, you create space for growth, balance, and well-being in your life. So whether you're new to self-care or have been practicing for years, there's always something to learn and share. So let's continue to support each other on this journey to a healthier, more balanced life. Thanks again for joining me today, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts and ideas in the comments.